Alrighty, so that was City Hall. A lot of the sandbagging effort was being done Friday and Saturday, and then St. Patty's had flooded, so they were inundated with water too. So they moved up to the school way up there. Up here, the flagpole was as far as it has come before in the past, and so they put a berm up there trying to slow it and stop it, but the water just was rising an inch every 15 minutes when it was really coming in, and so it was just crazy fast, and so it just flowed over and kind of came. Theater there is completely flooded. Some of these shops down had a lot of water as well. No one kind of assumed that the floodwaters were going to get this high, but they did. I don't know what these berms are called, but they were put up Sunday morning as the water kept rising. We had done a lot of sandbagging out to the east and down to the south to try and hold off the Nishnabotna River and the Missouri River, but as soon as it crested over those temporary levees, they started to put this barrier up because, like I said, it had never reached further than the flagpole before. But again, about 3-4 o'clock, I think, it crested and then just went over. So they put up these barriers and we're filling it with sand with heavy machinery. And it's hard because I don't have as many of the connections in the community that I wish I would have had. There's a lot of trust I've already built, and there's a lot of trust being built, but it's taken a lot of groundedness and humility to step back and say I can only do what's been put in front of me, and God has only given me so much to do, and the rest of it I have to just let it go and trust that it's being taken care of, both physically and spiritually. It was hard at first, but things are starting to take shape, so it's not so overwhelming anymore. A lot of work to do, but I'm doing fine. One of the first things I did was get Shenandoah, our sister community, together and organized to say this is what needs to happen. These are the needs right now. We need everyone to over communicate, even though that's impossible. We need to just be in constant contact with each other and letting each other know where the needs are, and then just adjust where we need to adjust to. So that was the first couple days just with Shenandoah, knowing that Hamburg was still trying to figure out what to do and kind of what had happened, and they were in shock and grieving and not ready to tackle much more than just in-your-face needs. As that shifted, I've spent much more time down here just making sure everyone's okay and coordinating with the relief agencies and with the other churches. We got a community worship service set up just until the affected churches can get back into their sanctuaries. I can feel a lot of the atmosphere here shift towards more of a long-term recovery instead of just crisis management. So keeping them both aware of the needs to come in and help, but also keeping Hamburg vocal of their needs so that people know what to do when they come down. That's been the challenge. It's a theology of presence and contemplation and just kind of being in the moment and aware of what's happening and holding all of it graciously, knowing that I can do only what God's put before me, and that ability to step back and just, hold everything gently and say, wherever I'm needed now as I work, I can pray, whatever I can do to be the hands and feet and the light of Christ, right? To be with my people and whatever they need. That's the most important work. And that might look like mucking out a house, but that also might look like just listening to a story about someone's bees that they saved, right? So that willingness to just be present, that's the only way to make it through crisis.